Welcome back to my channel. It is Vlogmas day 13 and today we are sublimating on these really cute little journals. Now I have to admit I'm terrible when it comes to like A3, A4, A5 and knowing what all the sizes are. So these are a little bit smaller than what I was expecting, but it still makes a great little pocket journal or, you know, like a grocery list to keep in your purse, or even like for your kids if you do like a kid design. I was thinking about making these for my kids, but I'm gonna make them for myself, and I think I might make one for my niece too. My kids are getting, make sure they're not around me, for Christmas little pocket microscopes. So I was thinking it would be really cute for them to like document what they find outside and things like that. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. I might still do that, but for the purposes of today, we're doing a little bit of more girly designs. We have this cute like cow print with turquoise and cheetah and like a marble color, some brown leather. So that one's gonna be really cute. And then we're gonna do this cute boho rainbow one. Now, what you're gonna need for this is obviously your journals, which I will link down below. You're going to need heat tape, butcher paper, your heat press, a heat glove, and I think that's it. We'll find out as we go. So let's go ahead and make these. I'm going to cut right here to my screen recording showing you guys how I made this in Canva. So here we are again in canva.com. You guys might notice this if you watched my video yesterday. So we're basically going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go to create design. Now these journals are roughly 9 by 6 or 9.5 by 6. So I tested it. So we're going to do 9.5 inches wide and 6 inches in height. So we're going to click OK. I don't need this extra window. And so I already have uploaded the designs that I want. I have some digital papers that I bought a long time ago, so I just went to my hard drive and looked for them. Digital papers work great for things like this. You can see all these different ones that I have, these camo ones if you're doing one for, you know, a boy, boho papers, tribal papers, Easter, these serape ones are cool. So you can do, I mean, literally any digital paper you want. So, but like I said, I already have the ones uploaded that I want. So we're just going to drag and drop. These digital papers are 12 by 12, but what I like about Canva is you can click on it, don't let go of your finger, drag it over, and it'll kind of lock into place just like that. Now, if you wanted it just a little bit different, like if there was a part of the paper that you wanted, you can go to crop, and then, you know, like say you wanted this brown leather in there and, you know, more cheetah, you can do something like that. I kind of like, let's see, I think I like right there. And then if you click off of it, you can see, you know, what it's going to look like. So now for the second one, we're just going to go to add page, and then I'm same thing, just going to drag and drop it over. And, you know, you can edit photo, crop, and again, you know, drag it however you want. So I think I'm going to do something like that. And just like that, we have our 2 pages ready. So we're going to go to share, download again. And then it's going to download to the computer, and then we will print it to our sublimation paper. Now I have a converted Epson Workforce 7710 that I use, and I love it. I think it works great. You do have to, you know, do upkeep and maintenance on it so that the lines don't clog, and that gets a little tedious sometimes because honestly I just forget about it. But it's all in all, it's not bad. I've had it for, gosh, I don't know, 5 years now, and it's done great. So now we're gonna open our file folder now that it's downloaded, and then we're gonna print. So I'm just gonna double click on it and then go to file, print. This one's gonna look so cool. It's so realistic looking. Okay, so it is scaled at 100%. Now this is only a 9 by 6, so I shouldn't have to edit this at all. You could do scale to fit and make it a little bit bigger just to give you some more bleed, but I'm gonna go back to 100% and that should be perfect. Watch me eat my words. We're gonna go to media and quality and go to best, and then layout. Now, something like this, you don't have to flip horizontal if you don't want to. There's no text that's going to be backwards or anything like that. So you don't have to. This is kind of like mirroring an image when you cut HTV. But like I said, there's no text or defining factors that's going to, let somebody know that it's backwards. So this really just depends on what type of image you're doing. So I'm going to flip horizontally just because that's what I'm used to doing. I'm just going to keep that habit, and then we're going to go to print, and it's going to send that to the printer, and then we will go ahead and do the same exact thing for this boho rainbow. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the actual journal part out. So this is separate, and then you have these little thin paper things. They are to stick the book into the cover. Okay, so we're gonna do that at the very end. We're gonna construct that, so I'm just gonna set those to the side, and then your cover is separate like this. Now there's no right way to do this, so what I'm simply gonna do is I'm just gonna lay it on top of my paper, line it up. You can see I sized it perfect in Canva, so I do have a little bit of wiggle room. So you're just gonna place it wherever you want. If there's text, you wanna make sure your text is, centered on the cover or whatever. This seamless pattern, it honestly isn't super crucial, for placement. So you're just gonna hold it in place, and then you're going to tape with your heat tape. Okay, so that one's done, and now we're gonna do this one. Now this one I do want to be a little more particular with. I really want to line up the center with this on the book so that the waves are symmetrical going up the sides of the cover. So I'm, like I said, gonna be a lot more particular with this one, which is, fairly easy to do. This isn't that tedious when it doesn't have, text or anything like that. Okay, so simple as that. Now we're gonna take these over to the heat press with our butcher paper. Okay, so I have 2 layers of butcher paper here on my heat press. If you missed my last video, I'll explain it again. Some sublimation papers bleed more than others. I know InnoSub paper has no bleed. I haven't purchased that paper myself. I usually buy A-Sub, which does have a little bit of a bleed. So with this excess sublimation ink that we have outside, that's gonna get onto the butcher paper, and I don't want that to get onto my mat right here. So this is gonna help that, because if I didn't and it bled onto my mat, whatever I press next, that ink will transfer again. So we're gonna lay it down like this on our 2 pieces of butcher paper, and I'm also going to cover this with 2 more pieces of butcher paper so that I don't get any ink on my heat platen itself. And then again, it would transfer to something else. So let me cover this with paper. So I just have 1 good sized piece of paper folded in half, and then we are going to press it for 60 seconds at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so this just finished. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift up the corner over here and pull. Actually, I guess I should go this way since my heat tape is on it. Oh, that turned out so cute. Let me get all the heat tape off and I'll show you. That turned out so stinking cute. I have a little bit of ink mess up on the binding part where that's gonna go. So I wonder if that's gonna happen on the next one. I don't really know how to avoid that. I wonder if it's, oh, you know what? I probably should have put this in when I pressed. I was wondering what this little piece was for. Okay, so on the next one, I'm gonna put this little piece in and see. I mean, I can assume that that's gonna make a big difference. So let me put that in and see what that does. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's see if that made a difference. Oh, that definitely made a difference. Okay. That still turned out really, really cute. Oh my goodness. That made a huge difference doing that. Oh my gosh. This turned out so stinking cute. This is gonna make such a cute notebook. All right, now let's go ahead and assemble them together. They cool down really, really fast. But let's start, actually, let me show you guys just the difference of the middles. This one definitely just, you know, had that texture piece from this sinking down below, so it definitely didn't get as much ink as I would have liked. But I think being, you know, on the binding, you're not going to be able to tell as much. But man, that turned out cute. Okay, so this is when it matters which way is up and which way is down. These come with a little bookmark, so obviously you don't want to place it upside down. So where the bookmark is on the top is the top of the notebook. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little pieces right here and we're gonna find the paper like this, peel it, and you can see this is very, very sticky adhesive. So we're going to do that, and then we are going to lay it on top of your book like that. You can use a squeegee if you have one, and then you're going to peel off the back side and stick it to the cover. Hopefully you guys can see it leaves the adhesive like that. So I'm gonna lay the center binding down and then close the cover like this, and then press it together really, really good. And then we're gonna do the same thing to the back side. So that one's done. Grab another one. It's kind of tricky finding the adhesive part. Okay. So same thing. And then peel it back. This part's kind of tricky. There we go. Okay. And then close the cover. And just like that, we have a little notebook. Super, super stinking cute. Let's do the rainbow one. Okay. And there we have the rainbow one. You can't really tell the mess up on the binding. I mean, it's noticeable, but I honestly don't think anybody would pay, you know, as you give it a second glance or anything like that. But these make such cute Christmas gifts. I am so, so happy with how these turned out. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. And I will see you for our next Vlogmas.